everyone, and welcome to the Holy Cross Women's Basketball Show. I'm Kevin Shea, joined alongside by the head coach of the Holy Cross Crusaders, Bill Gibbons, and we're celebrating today. We don't have the confetti, we don't have the balloons. We should have had that dropping from the ceiling, but win number 600 over the weekend, and just an incredible milestone for you. One of the few coaches to have ever reached the milestone, one of the few coaches to have ever reached the milestone at one school, and one of the few Division I coaches to have ever reached the milestone. What did it mean to you?
Yeah, it really, to be honest with you, hasn't sunk in quite yet. And maybe when I hang up the whistle, Kev, it will, you reflect back on all those things. But we were just struggling as a team, and we needed a win, and it was senior day, and I wanted a win for the seniors, and maybe that got the attention a little bit off of my milestone and onto them. And we didn't play well in the first half, and at halftime I just said we're going to go out and pick them up full court, and we're going to simplify the offense, and let's just make basketball plays. And ironically, I just decided to go 5 in, 5 out. I saw David Barad at lunch today, and I said they were calling me David Barad the other day. Why, Coach? Why? Were you yelling at the referee? I said, no, I never do that, David. But I went 5 in, 5 out. Oh, the hockey lines. I love it.
Roll another line out there.
So, and the girls responded and played great. And I was happy for the seniors. And of course, happy. Lisa has been with me every step of the way, and nervous and everything, and just living and dying on every game. And Andrea and Mark and Billy and Bobby, of course, and Byrne and Chick, the whole family, and my mom and dad could make it, especially my dad with his illness could make it. So it really made it special that they were all there to enjoy it with me, and we celebrated Saturday night and then Sunday at my parents' house with family, and I counted my blessings. I really did.
Right, and I'm sure you did. I know you've talked about family for years, and we've always talked about it and the support of your family and what it means to you. And I'm sure that was a special moment to look up afterwards. I know Lisa always sits in the same position, but to look up, and I saw you run up into the stands to give her a hug, and I'm sure it was a huge weight off of her and a huge weight off of you as well.
Yeah, it's a joy, but it's almost relief when you start talking about it. And I made the mistake of mentioning Kyle Yastrzemski going for his 400th home run, and it took him like 7 or 8 games before he got it. And actually, my dad and I were at that game that he got it against the Oakland A's. I remember going into the bullpen because we were on the third base side like it was yesterday, and Dad and I were big Yaz fans, but I made the mistake before at 599 of talking about Yaz. I never should have done that.
No.
It jinxed me because it took me 6 or 7 games.
Kyle Yastrzemski.
Right.
I was at that game too, so that's good trivia. And I was on the third base side.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was at that game. I had the ticket stub for the longest time. When you think back from 1985, your first win in 1985, your wife now Lisa was, I think, a freshman in high school at the time. What do you remember about that first game and the first win?
Yeah, I remember the jitters and the nervousness, and Greg Burke, who was our sports information director at the time, who I'll always be indebted to because he introduced me to Lisa on a blind date, what had been at University of Michigan as an intern, as the SID. So he set up a game with Michigan before I even got the job, and he wanted to make it a 2-game trip. So along with Ronnie Perry, he set up Eastern Michigan Friday, at Michigan Sunday, my first 2 games. And you know where I went in between? Ohio State Michigan football game.
Really?
5,000. Because Greg got tickets. His friend was the coach at Michigan, and Bud Vanderweg, the coach at Michigan, and I sat at the 50-yard line.
Holy
so
cow.
it was, I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Wow.
I'm not at Fitton Field anymore.
No.
It was unbelievable. But we were down 2, and I'll never forget it. We went to the 1-3-1 half-court trap, second half, played that the whole second half, and ended up winning by 18. So we outscored them by 20 in the second half. And then one of the highlights of my career, we beat Michigan at Michigan. And I sang the Michigan fight song after the game for Greg Burke. Cheryl Aaron, Janet Horahan, we had a great game. And someone put on the board, Holy Cross, 2,700 students. Michigan, 90,000 plus students. Holy Cross winners.
No
I'll never forget
way.
that. My second. So those are the first 2 wins, but I remember that first one. And Greg Burke came to the 600s. He was there Saturday, and he texted me. There were only 2 people And you asked if it was Lisa. Lisa
Yeah,
was merely a
not-
twinkle in my eye.
No, she was.
Didn't
She was
even know.
still high school algebra she was working on at the time. Unbelievable. So you start 2-0 and you're thinking, 600 wins? I'll do this in 600 games. It happened on game number 1,000, which is a great milestone, too.
Right.
We're going to take a short time out and be back with plenty more after this.
Bay State Savings Bank brings you
Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at Bay State Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
Wachusett Wine and Spirits, where you'll shop in comfort one of the area's largest selection of over 1,500 domestic, international, and craft beers. A wide selection of fine domestic and international wines for any occasion, as well as unique premium liquors and handcrafted spirits. Wachusett staff is committed to exceptional customer service and finding specialty items for their customers. Visit WachusettLiquors.com for monthly specials and gift certificates. Route 12 West Boylston, across from the Manor.
Percy's is a proud sponsor of the Holy Cross Women's Basketball Show. At Percy's, we've got it all. Appliances, electronics, televisions, and more. Percy's, 19 Glennie Street in Worcester, right off of Gold Star Boulevard. Visit us online at percys.com.
Established in 1939, Standard Auto is a name that you can trust. With over 40 acres of early and late model parts, Standard Auto has what you need. Bring us your worn out or used cars. Call us last for the best prices. Standard Auto, 257 Granite Street in Worcester.
It's Meze Greek Tapas Bar and Grill, Worcester's only authentic Greek tapas, 156 Shrewsbury Street in Worcester.
Portions of the Holy Cross Basketball Show are brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. O'Connor's Restaurant and Bar, 1160 West Boylston Street in Worcester. Welcome to the Compass Tavern. At the Compass, we offer a delicious menu featuring the best American-style and New England dishes made from scratch in our kitchen. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or special celebrations, the Compass Tavern is the place to go.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Mr. 600, Bill Gibbons. And, Coach, we were talking about, but 1985 is your first year of coaching the women's team, but you came to Holy Cross as a men's assistant under George Blaney. Had no experience coaching women. You had sisters, but still your father had coached boys' high school teams all the time, and you had in college helped out with the men's teams, and then Blaney with the men's. What was it like going over and making that leap?
Yeah, I really had no idea, and I told Brenna Wilson this. I think that's the reason I got the job when I interviewed with Father Brooks, because I couldn't lie to a priest when he asked me if I had ever coached girls. And I said no, and he said they're a little different to handle, and I said I have 6 sisters. I think I can handle girls, so I thank my mother for leading me into this job, having those girls. Yeah, I would have been working for the phone company and out of basketball, but I had no idea. But I had Janet Horahan, who was awesome, first captain, and just instant respect. And I had a real great group, and as I said, we won early too, which was the other big thing. There's nothing like taking over for a coach who was a winner, Togo, and then winning right away. It gives you instant credibility. But I was blessed with great girls. I had great assistant coaches, Bob Lindsay, who went on to be a terrific head coach at Kent State, and I think Liz Feely or Carrie Seymour, who's now the head coach at Pace and has had a great career there, were my 2 assistants. So, but I didn't know what to expect, Kev, and I thought I was going to do it for 1 or 2 years and get back to men. And here I am 33 years later, so the best laid plans of mice and men. But it's been an unbelievable ride. I thank God every night when I hit my knees for the opportunity.
Right. In that first game, the ones we mentioned, that Michigan trip, did you have any big pregame speeches?
Yeah.
And are there any that you, over the 33 years, that stick out to you? And do you practice? Do you get in the mirror and kind of practice some of them?
In the old days, I used to practice. In the old days, I used to write them down. Now, with age, I just kind of wing it and go from the heart. But I remember some classic ones. I guess I would consider myself a motivator more than an X and O guy, really. I steal all your X and O's, but I tried to get the girls just, fired up and ready to go. And so I can't think of them now, but I talk a lot about the jersey. what the jersey represents, and the jersey never forgets, and that type of thing, and just having them ready. But my main credo before every game is stay positive, stay together, and have fun. This is a game you've played since you were a little girl in pigtails. You got to have fun playing it. Don't go out there life or death. And ironically, my 600th win, our 600th win, we had fun in the second half. Everyone, I could see the smiles, and we just played the game and kind of let loose, type of thing.
Right.
So.
You mentioned your first couple teams in the coaching tree that started then.
Right.
And through your 33 years, I mean, your coaching tree is unbelievable with all the different players and assistant coaches that you've had that have gone on. How much pride do you take in that, and how often do you get to interact, whether it's text, email, phone calls, whatever, with some of your old players or assistant coaches who are now coaching other places?
Right. It's funny you say that, because I got a ton of nice texts. Melissa Hodgson, who was here through the time, I think we won 3 or 4 NCAA, Patriot Leagues, and won 10 NCAAs, and her thing was, congrats, so proud of you, but we got to have a reunion. We got to get together, and that was, but so many of the players, and then the alumni did a real nice thing. Anna Kinney and Kathleen Courtney and Amy and Mary Rose Campbell, all of them did a nice video tribute, which made Lisa and I feel really good. So, I hope we can get together more, more alumni events, more times together, because those are the special times. Of course, weddings and stuff, you get together, and we have one coming up with Ashley Brennan McBride from Canada that a lot of our players, and Katie O'Keefe Wilson is going in the Hall of Fame, and there'll be a lot of alums there. So those are the times you cherish.
And Katie O'Keefe Wilson, married to Brian Wilson,
one of my assistants in the whole tree.
And the tree continues out there. When you look back on the 33 years too, and 600 wins and 1,000 games coached, what stands out to you? Because I'm sure it's not maybe specific wins or specific losses. What is it that stands out to you when you look back, on those 1,000 games, 600 wins?
I think the thing that stands out, honestly, Kev, is to see how they grow. And Infiniti is a great example. I mean, I've had a lot of players mature and grow through the 4 years, but Infiniti has gone from here to here, and her parents say that to me all the time, that just to change her, and that's what Holy Cross, and hopefully the basketball, life's lessons that you learn, and the ups and downs, and hopefully some lessons from visiting the Mercy Center and doing that help you mature and grow. But I think Lisa and I take pride when we sit back at one of those weddings, and you see them all out there dancing, and not just kids played together, but through 8 years, because I played with her, and then she played with you, and I get to know you through her, and the whole thing, and gives us a lot of pride that, boy, we were a part of bringing these young ladies together and developing that camaraderie, because that's the great thing. I said that Saturday after the game to the seniors. It's not the wins and losses. It's the camaraderie, the friendships, the lifelong friendships you grow, and those lessons that you learn to take with you. That's the important thing, more than the W's and L's.
The bonds that they will stay with them for the rest of their lives, and it's
and
special.
The families.
Yeah, it's special. It's impressive, and that's, in the end, that's really why you're here, is coaching, is to be a teacher. Not so much if you win 2 Patriot League titles, it's great. But 10 years from now, it's not going to affect these women as much
if you
as
can make
what
them a
the
little
lessons
better,
are.
in any way, that's the important
what
thing.
You prepare them for life.
Teacher, I guess this profession, you're a teacher, not just a coach. You're a teacher, and like my father and my father-in-law Bob Chakarian, that the people that come up to them and thank them for what they did for them. That's what it's all about.
You're a lay missionary. My Uncle Leo would say you're a lay missionary. All right, we're back with more right after this.
Percy's is a proud sponsor of the Holy Cross Women's Basketball Show. At Percy's, we've got it all. Appliances, electronics, televisions, and more. Percy's, 19 Glennie Street in Worcester, right off of Gold Star Boulevard. Visit us online at percys.com.
The Bagel Inn, 785 Main Street, Route 122A in Holden. Open daily at 5:30 a.m.
The Fix Burger Bar. Handmade burgers, elixirs, and shakes for whatever ails you. Chick-fil-A in Worcester proudly supports the Holy Cross women's basketball team. Come on down to our brand new location at 80 Gold Star Boulevard in Worcester. Mark Bernier is your Worcester area Edward Jones financial advisor. Whether you're planning for retirement, college, or protecting your financial future, give Mark a call at 508-755-1213.
Bay State Savings Bank brings you
Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at Bay State Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
With the tremendous growth of life sciences both globally and locally, we've dedicated our resources to build a strong, knowledgeable, and responsive team to meet the insurance and risk management needs of this dynamic industry.
Our personal lines team will make sure your home, your car, your personal belongings, and most importantly, your family are protected.
The Sullivan Group has the resources, the carriers, and the coverage to protect you and your business.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm joined with senior Tricia Byrne. And Tricia, first, we'll talk about just kind of looking back on the 4 years that you've been here. What are some of the memories you have? What stands out? What will you remember 5 years from now, 10 years from now about being here and playing?
Yeah, looking back on my experience here, it was really awesome. Met so many great people and had the opportunity to learn in the classroom, on the court, and just develop parts of your personality that otherwise, I guess, wouldn't be there. But some memories I have would probably be, you know, those practices where you're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to grind with your teammates, especially when we did the program, which is the Navy SEAL training program. I did that twice in my experience here, so those were definitely really memorable. And then just developing better relationships with my teammates off the court has been something that's going to go with me for the rest of my life. And another thing I would say, like, family support, that's been so awesome, and being able to bring people together over the sport of basketball has been really rewarding. Is there a team or teams that, like, you know, that you will stick out as the one team you didn't like? You know, I won't use hate because we're at a Jesuit school, but one team that you're like, that's the team I wanted to beat every year. I don't care if we won 2 games a year, it was that team. Honestly, like, I really didn't like any team in the Patriot League, but I think with our class, we played Lehigh a lot of times, so I think we kind of developed a rivalry with them. But I think because Bucknell's always a good team and Navy's always a good team, we always get a little more hyped up for those teams because we want to beat them. Going through the Navy SEAL program, too, did you feel differently after you played the academies, the service academies, whether it was West Point or Annapolis, after going through the SEAL program? I think a little bit. I think it kind of put things into perspective, like, okay, these players go through this on either a regular basis or in some time in their experience, and if you challenge yourself to meet those same standards, then I guess you get a little bit more confidence when facing these teams, like, hey, I accomplished a little bit of what they experience. Obviously not everything that they go through, but it gives you a little taste of what they do. Yeah, Coach Gibbons had his 600th career win last weekend. You're a part of it, so you'll always be part of the history and his history. What was it like playing in that game, and how much pressure did you guys feel as players, knowing that, you know, okay, we got to get one more for Coach's 600th? I don't think there was so much pressure on us to get the 600th win. I mean, we knew the win was coming, and we obviously wanted to get that milestone for Coach, but I think it's really special that we were a part of such a legacy of Holy Cross women's basketball. I mean, if you think of how the program has really evolved and kind of where Holy Cross athletics is right now when he hit 600th as to where it was when he was just, you know, getting his first win, it's really cool to be part of that entire history, tradition, evolution. And then lastly, you were talking about your family or family atmosphere, and you have a big family. You had 50 family members at the Bucknell game. What was it like for you? It probably was almost felt like a home game. Yeah, I mean, it's really awesome to have that supportive family and friends. Like I said before, I think it's been really unique how the sport of basketball and Holy Cross has been able to bring family together from so many different parts of the area, so that was definitely something really special.
All right, Trish, thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's senior Tricia Byrne. We're back with more right after this.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values, our family values.
Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community. We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Bay State Savings Bank brings you
Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at Bay State Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
Before or after the Crusaders hit the court, come on down to Bentley Pub in Auburn, Route 12 near the junction of the Mass Pike. Visit us online at bentleypub.com.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Pucci's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston.
New Tech Design is a proud supporter of Holy Cross Women's Basketball. Custom printing, embroidery, promotional items, and more. Visit us online at newtechdesignGroup.com.
City Trophy, conveniently located at 32 Auburn Street in Auburn.
Hi, I'm Rocco DeVerti, owner of Enchanted Fireside, Worcester, Massachusetts. Enchanted Fireside is a hearth product store. We sell gas burning, wood burning, and pellet burning stoves, fireplaces, and inserts. We help you with designs, we do the full installations, and we do service should you need it down the road. Our management, sales, and service staff are certified by the National Fireplace Institute in wood burning products, gas, and pellet burning products. Come and visit us at Enchanted Fireside, 728 West Boylston Street in Worcester.
Cowbella Restaurant, Pizza and Catering Service, located at 402 Grove Street in Worcester. The best caterer for 4 years running.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm joined by senior guard Infiniti Thomas-Waheed. And Infiniti, first, same thing that I asked Trish, and kind of looking back on your 4 years, whether it's this year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what are some of the memories that'll stand out for you?
Yeah, I guess going off of what Trish said, I think a lot of it is just the memories that you made with your teammates, whether it be, like you said, the program is one thing that really sticks out for our class, especially the fact that we did it twice, which is really unusual. But I think also just a lot of the grinding outside of the actual season, the post and pre, is where I think a lot of your memories are made, because you're really just combating everything together, and your focus is more on the team dynamic rather than winning games. So you really get to know your teammates better and form a lot of great relationships.
How much does that translate, or you think that'll translate, into business?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously in interviews and stuff, you can say, this is what separates me.
Yeah.
Having 12, 14 other players that you have to live with, essentially, and work with every day.
Yeah, I think it really does translate, and a lot of people ask about your leadership skills, obviously, and I mean, with both of us being captains in Cato, I think that will really translate into the business world, being able to, especially with such a small team, the fact that you can bring such a small amount of individuals that's personalities are so different together to really do something special is amazing. And also I think just being able to face adversity and being able to lead through that is something that we really emphasize here, so I think that'll really translate in the real world.
What, in terms of just say pure the joy, or is there any games, 1 or 2 games that kind of stick out that you say that was a ton of fun, or that bus ride back was great?
Yeah, I think last year when we beat Bucknell was one of the most fun games we've ever had. I mean, coming back too was amazing, and even when we played them this year and we were down by 35, and the fact that we managed to come back in a half and only lose by 9 or something like that, I think that just really shows what fight is all about and what Holy Cross's legacy is really all about.
And you were part of history this past weekend with Coach Gibbons' 600th win.
Yeah.
What does it mean that, you'll be forever linked in history when he talks about his 600th win, that team is your team?
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing, and it's something that he should be very proud of too. And I think that as a team, we're really proud that we got to help him get to that place. I think throughout our 4 years, we've definitely had a lot of ups and downs. So to kind of go out on a high note with him accomplishing that great goal is really something I'll never forget either.
And you did an internship in New York City this year. Tell us about what that was all about and how it helped you in terms of your career, you know, after college and after basketball.
Yeah, it really exposed me to a completely different, I guess, workplace that I had really thought I'd ever be doing. I'm a poli-sci major, so I mean, going to business was something kind of very different, but it really exposed me to a lot of the aspect of not just business, but just the work field, and it really got me prepared, and I got to figure out where I wanted to be, where I didn't want to be, what kind of firm I wanted to work for, what I didn't want to work for. So I think just in general, we try to emphasize to younger guys that like internships are really, really good, and they really help you basically save money too, because you don't want to go into a field that you don't like and waste a lot of time and money, so you kind of get that under your belt to figure it out.
And with two younger brothers too, what's it like being the older sister for them and kind of being a teacher, you know, a friend, like wearing a lot of different hats for them?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, we have a huge age gap, so I mean, it's really allowed me to become a leader in itself, and I think just also having a bond with them that's so different than a lot of people get to experience because we're not so close in age. And I mean, I miss out on a lot of them growing up and a lot of their milestones, but I mean, it's great to be such a, I guess, a figure for them to look forward to and really a role model.
All right, thanks for joining us, Infiniti.
No problem.
Best of luck the rest of the year too. That's Infiniti, Thomas-Waheed. We're back with more right after this.
Hi, I'm Rocco DiVerti, owner of Enchanted Fireside, Worcester, Massachusetts. Enchanted Fireside is a hearth products store. We sell gas burning, wood burning, and pellet burning stoves, fireplaces, and inserts. We help you with designs, we do the full installations, and we do service should you need it down the road. Our management, sales, and service staff are certified by the National Fireplace Institute in wood burning products, gas, and pellet burning products. Come and visit us at Enchanted Fireside, 728 West Boylston Street in Worcester.
Visit us at the Commercial Fruit and Garden Outlet. Personalized fruit and gift baskets for the holidays or any occasion. 1050 Southbridge Street on the Worcester-Auburn line. Beautiful to look at, delicious to eat.
After the game, come on down to Flip Flops on Main Street in Holden. Good food, good friends, good times. Flip Flops on Main Street in Holden.
Portions of the Holy Cross Basketball Show are brought to you by The Boynton, 117 Highland Street in Worcester. Visit us online at boyntonrestaurant.com.
It's Meze Greek Tapas Bar and Grill, Worcester's only authentic Greek tapas, 156 Shrewsbury Street in Worcester.
Portions of the Holy Cross Basketball Show are brought to you by the Texas Roadhouse, Lincoln Plaza in Worcester.
Wings Over Worcester, right in the heart of Worcester at 1 Kelly Square. Order online at wingsover.com. The Hilton Garden Inn in Worcester is a proud sponsor of Holy Cross Women's Basketball, conveniently located on Major Taylor Boulevard in Worcester. Portions of the Holy Cross Basketball Show are brought to you by Tavern in the Square, now open in Lakeway Commons on Route 9 in Shrewsbury.
Portions of the Holy Cross Basketball Show are brought to you by Girton Graphics, Southbridge Street in downtown Worcester.
Quinn's Irish Pub on West Boylston Street in Worcester. From appetizers, lunch, dinner, or our weekly specials, our pub selections are a must on your night out.
Portions of the Holy Cross Basketball Show are brought to you by Qdoba Mexican Eats, Lakeway Commons in Shrewsbury.
All right, welcome back, everyone. One game left in the regular season, Coach, and then on to the playoffs. But let's kind of reflect back on the regular season. And, you know, right now near the bottom of the standings, but again, we talked about it. Americans, the top team in the league. You lose in overtime to them, you lose by 4. So you proved you can play and beat anyone in the league.
Right, we're tied for 6, and it could be any. And I think those other teams tied for 6. Loyola could certainly beat American or Bucknell are the top teams. It's who's playing. As much as it's cliche, Kev, who's playing the best of 3 or 4 games in March? That's what it's in. We can be anywhere 6, 7, or 8, but we've proven that if we play like we did in the second half Saturday, we can compete and beat anyone. On the other side, we could lose to anyone. So it's who's playing the best in those 3 or 4 games in March. And I just would love for our seniors and for this team to make a run in the tournament. There's nothing better than that. March Madness.
Thank you for joining us on the Holy Cross Women's Basketball Show. We'll see you again at the Hart Center real soon.